I started my newsletter from absolutely zero a little over a year ago, right? I went full time on it in Q1 of 2023, but I started it a couple months before that just as a side project from Launch House. And yeah, I mean, I started through content marketing and just getting my friends to subscribe to it, basically, just like blasting them, annoying them, just saying, "Hey, you're a founder, check this out." And then I progressed advertising it on my Twitter and my LinkedIn. I am fortunate to have audiences on those platforms already, so that was helpful. If you don't have that, what I'd recommend doing is getting a few pieces of good content out there and then immediately starting to form relationships with other newsletter creators who are of a similar size in your space. So if you're doing a marketing newsletter, find a couple other people who are early in their marketing newsletter journey and just, feature yourself as newsletters to recommend when people sign up. Feature yourself in each other's newsletters instead of having them run ads because you're too small. You're not going to be able to run ads. No sponsors are going to put the time in to work with you. So instead of that, advertise each other's newsletters, cross pollinate your audiences. And as you grow, take your shot, shoot your shot, try to get in contact with bigger and bigger newsletter creators and just keep doing that. That's what we did, honestly, until we got to, I think, like 10K. The vast majority of our subscribers came from content marketing through Twitter and LinkedIn, and also through recommendations, back and forth swaps with other newsletter creators. Once we hit 10K, then some sponsors started to take a look at us, but it wasn't every week we had a sponsor. The big thing that kind of got us to that next step from 10 to 25K or so, which is when the agencies and the sponsors start taking you seriously and wanting to work with you, or at least that was the case a year ago. Maybe it's a little bit higher now. What we did there was actually ran a couple of lead magnets. So we put together a database of hundreds of investors and their contact info. We put together a database of 1,800 pitch decks from companies like Tesla and Airbnb and Facebook and all these others. And a couple other like similar lead magnet style posts. And we basically created a card page that was email gated. You had to put your email onto the card page. If you did that, it would redirect you to the Airtable database or the Notion doc or whatever it was. And then we'd use that card page on Twitter and LinkedIn. So how we did that was I would make a post with a blurred out screenshot of the database because, people want to see that it's real, right? And I, use good copywriting to say why you should check this out. And I'd use Tweet Hunter and Taplio's auto DM feature. So I tell people in the copy, like and reply to this, and I'll DM it to you. And then if you use Tweet Hunter or Taplio on Twitter and LinkedIn respectively, you can set up a post so that when someone replies or retweets or likes it, you automatically send them a DM that you can write ahead of time. And in that DM is where we sent the link to the card page. So the flow was viral Twitter or LinkedIn post, auto DM, card page to capture email, resource, right? And so then Card would pipe that email directly into Beehive and we grow the list. I think we put up 5 or 6 of those over the course of like 6 weeks last spring, and we grew by 15,000 subscribers. So it was insanely effective. I think part of the reason it was effective was because A, the copywriting was good, B, the resources were on point for our niche, and C, a bunch of the people that we'd been collaborating with who swapping recommendations with back and forth, they also had audiences on Twitter and LinkedIn, and we got them to comment and engage with those posts right away. And that's actually part of the impetus for why we've started Megaphone too.